haven't been live for a very long time. So welcome back, guys. I got this new package that I want to work with. I haven't been doing like projects for fun for a very long time. So Ultimate FPS Anim kit. I am in contact with the developer. He's a really nice guy. He's really open to feedback, and he made so many changes to the pack, and I am very highly optimistic about the future of this package. So yeah, previously I was working with Iron Belly assets, and they had some issues that were never addressed, and like this in general looks a lot better already. Has a lot of different weapons, some sniper rifles, some assault rifles, shotguns they really like, sidearms, and SMGs. Yeah, some pistols. So it doesn't have attachments. Some of the attachments are already on the weapon. Like this one does have a scope with render target in it. It works pretty well, but it's already included. But this system is built. Oh, it even got sounds. This system is built. Oh, you have to load the bullet manually. Okay, that's nice. But this system is built to extend the weapon models by your own, or to remodel them based on the information you have. But you have a ton of reload animations. You have separate animations for crouching, not crouching. You have locomotion. You can see by the shadow that you have a full body presence. So this is a very good starting point as a package, in my opinion. So yeah, that's cool. This demo map works, but I want to do something in here that is completely custom. So I'm going to make AGR folder. I'm going to set it a color, like a magenta color. Oh, and I need one here docked. At least one content browser. I'm not used to working on a small monitor, but I am working on a small monitor because of streaming. Like 1080p works best here. Okay, so here I will need a gameplay folder where I need to do game mode base. Example game mode. That's fine. We need a player controller. Let's do it like this. Okay, let's make another class. What do we need? We need player state, of course. And we need to tie them up here. So we need our player controller, we need our player state, and we need one more class. We need obviously a pawn, but we're going to make him inside blueprints. We're going to make a color is like just blue, maybe a lighter version of blue, like this. This is going to be blue as well. Okay. Let's just make a character and call him character AGR. Okay. Go here and set him as the default pound class. Okay. So we got like the most basic setup you could do. I need to see if this project is already using enhanced inputs. If not, then I wanted to use enhanced inputs. Okay. It was just input, right? Yeah, input. Okay, there it is. And oh, interesting. So now you kind of have to use enhanced player input. Input component. Okay, so it does use. Okay. So here, do we have inputs? It's probably here in the demo. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna just make new ones. Screw that. Let's just go here, folder, inputs, set a new color. By the way, I can read the chat. I have it on my second screen. So if you want to ask anything at any moment, ask away. So let's go here, do some just complete basic inputs. Input mapping. Okay, input action. Directional walking. Okay, and we need at least walking and jumping for start. So let's do another one. Input action underscore jump. And we need input action mapping. Input mapping underscore example AGR. Okay, save it. So jumping is a bool value. And the trigger for it is pressed, I guess. Show threshold, one that goes further triggers. Yeah, I think just like down, the actual threshold trigger up, bound down. Oh, okay. And actual threshold is 0. I want it to be instant. Okay, directional walking, it will be axis 2D. Oh, actually I can even I could copy some of that stuff. Oh, I might have lost the project that I wanted to copy from. It's not this, it's not this. Ah, darn it. I could copy some stuff from this project. It's gonna be faster for sure. Oh, Spades, hi, mate. Okay. Let's go into mapping. Of course, space bar. WSAD. That's a separate project. I want to copy from some stuff. Oh, and it crashed. Great. Getting back here. SAD. So for directional walking to the WS is the standard, so no modifier, but S is negate, where AD is left right, so this is, I guess, negate, and oh yeah, swizzle input axis, okay, and D is just swizzle input axis. Oh, and on this directional walking we can also do, oh no, we can't do dead spaces. What do we have here? Okay, so this should be triggered down, and the actual threshold is the minimum value of the axis for it to work, let's say 10%. It will not register under that. And for the mapping, I think this is correct. Okay, we can now register mapping inside the controller. So let's go here, go into the controller, and let's just go to event graph and say oh, how was it? It was the it has input system. Oh Jesus, how did you do that? local player subsystem. Oh, okay. Local player subsystem, or I can get subsystem from a specific player controller. So I can get, well, from self, but I could also refer to subsystem as a server to different controllers and change their control scheme. That's interesting. Okay, so from local, I want to register. No. No. Wait, how do I do that? Oh, it's add mapping. Add mapping context. Let's just add this mapping. Priority is 0 and there are no options to it. Okay. Okay, let's actually also do a new map. No, let's not make a new map. Let's make a copy of the current map into the map. So let's go here, probably demo map. There we go. And now copy over to maps. Copy here. Okay. And rename it. Now if I go here, I need to do this and I need to change game mode. And I actually want to get rid of all those weapons in a moment. Why is this? What? Control Alt L. Oh, okay. So this is how it's showing. Never mind. So now I should spawn with my new class that is empty. So let's go to this guy, this character, and we need to just add a mesh. There should be a mannequin, right? Player mannequin. Oh, okay, so he's without arms. That's not really a problem. Minus 90. Let's make the capsule half height 90. Okay. So this guy doesn't have a head. That's unfortunate. Let's go here. Okay. So there's head and there is arms separately. But they should have the same skeleton, is that right? The IK, there's a socket. Yeah, this is well prepared, and those bones are excluded even though they are in the skeleton. Okay. So yeah, I can just add a skeletal mesh and call it head and make it head, and I can also add skeletal mesh arms and make it arms. And now okay, this is 0 0 and this is attached also here, and it's also 0 0. Okay, compile. Now we go to construction script. Because they have exactly the same skeleton, what I can do is I can just drive master pose component. Oh, I can't do it in construction script anymore? What? Where's the master pose? Leader pose component. Okay, it's now called leader pose component. Okay, that explains. Okay, so the target is arms and head, and the leader is the mesh. So I don't have to. Yes. And forward should take pose. Yeah, it's if it's following, it shouldn't take pose. It's good optimization. And also for multiplayer purposes, I want to go here and say always tick pause and refresh bones, but do use update optimizations. Okay. Okay, this guy has no animations to him, so if I just hit play now. Oh, camera is important. Let's add a camera. Actually two cameras. Let's add a spring arm and call it TP spring arm. So this is going to be for third person, and for first person we're going to just add a camera directly onto him. And we are going to add it to head, which is not used but shouldn't be an issue really. I want to use control rotation. Here we want to use palm control rotation, and this is going to be called FP camera, and TP is going to have a camera as well. TP camera. So TP camera doesn't have constraints, it just follows the spring arm, and the spring arm is going to be set, well, here is fine, maybe a bit higher, like 30, and target offset is something we want. So let's say 30 and 15, and let's make it like 150, so a lot closer the camera, or even 120. And let's set for this camera field of view 90, and for first person we're going to do field of view of 77, which is Destiny's default camera field of view, by the way. Okay, let's maybe even set it more, so like 55 and 20. And the default active camera is the one that is first. And we can just disable auto activate on this camera just to make sure. Okay, let's just hit play. Oh, and we haven't introduced actually doing the inputs. So let's go here. Okay, and let's do input action jump and input action directional movement. Let's handle those two. Okay, I can get control like I want to get the perspective, so I need to know the rotation, the world rotation of the camera or the controller. I'm going to make a function, get camera rotation, and I need to get get player control. Let's see. Like I can get player control 0 because this is called only locally, it's inputs. Get camera manager. And camera manager is always attached to the viewpoint. So to any target that we have view taken from. And we can get world rotation from its transform component. Or just get actor rotation. That's basically the same. So now once we get this, we want to return it as a rotator and make this function pure. So here I want to get camera position, and I just want to make vector, and I want to just take the Z rotation of the camera. I want to ignore anything else. I don't care for pitch, I don't care for roll, I just care for yaw. And based on this rotation, I want to add, I want to get the character movement, and I want to add vector, input vector. And I need to get right vector. No, get forward. Yeah, I don't want to get forward vector, I want to get right vector. Okay, this is a rotator, that's fine. Let's get back here. So we just want to make rotator. And after we make this rotator, we want to get forward, I want to get right. And then we want to multiply those vectors by our, well, forward, we're multiplying by y-axis, I mean by x-axis, and this we are multiplying by y-axis, and then we are adding those vectors together and setting this as input. Super simple on each trigger. Okay, and he is moving correctly as I wanted. And we are strafe walking right now because this is the default behavior of the character class. Now if I don't want to strafe walk, I just have to disable use control rotation yaw, and now we're not rotating at all, and then I can enable rotation through here. But what we do want to do here is to use plugins. I want to use AGR Pro and want to use Easy Ballistics. Both are free, so definitely. We also want to use auto size comment, and we want to use, which other free plugins do we want to use? Oh, this is not free, but I want to use it. It helps me a lot to work. And graph formatter. Yeah, okay. Let's save everything and restart. Hey guys. Yeah, I see your comments. Jesus, I haven't touched Unreal for a month and I barely remember anything from it. By the way, can you hear me without issues? I have a new headset and I don't know if all the setup is correct. Okay, I want to change some stuff for the plugins. Oh, mic volume is too low. Let me. And how about now? Is it better now? Is that better? I think this is as loud as it can get. Or should I adjust it even more? Let me see. Huh, okay, it's at max. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to try to like enhance volume somehow. Maybe I can do it here in oh, I should be able. Let's do something crazy, like add 20 decibel to the microphone. So yeah, now it should be greatly enhanced. Is that better? Is it too loud? Oh, okay. I was afraid that there will be like a lot of white noise in the background that's really annoying if I make it this loud. Oh, and I want draw mid arrows for the project. Okay, so once again the character is moving. Okay. Let's do jumping. This is gonna be easy. Oh, and it crashed. Amazing. Is only my Unreal Engine crashing so often? Oh, there is some noise. Okay, maybe now. Now I don't see white noise when I'm not talking, and it is still 10 decibels increase. Okay. Okay, now it's working as I wanted. So started and completed. Okay. Oh, at least it remembered my options. And this is locomotion. So now we just need camera so we can look around. This should be quite easy. Does Unreal Engine crash because of some plugins? Well, no, just letting plugins on or off shouldn't crash it unless it is editor plugins, and I don't think that's the issue. Also, you get a report on the crash, and most of my reports are saying that DirectX 12 basically shits the bed. So it is with the engine renderer. That's the biggest issue usually. If I switch to DirectX 11, everything works like a charm and never crashes. But you know, DirectX 12 is the future, and it is more performant, and it is required for ray tracing and everything. So it ain't Unreal Engine if it doesn't crash every minute. Yeah, kinda is, right? Like I get when I'm working for 8 hours, I get at least 8 crashes. That's the bare minimum of the day. Yeah, when you do something wrong, it crashes. That's that's also a thing, unfortunately. But yeah, all plugins are enabled as I wanted. It should not do anything unexpected anymore. Let's add the mouse control for inputs. I kind of like the new input mapping. Uh, okay, and this is axis 2D, and trigger is just down with 0.0 threshold, like it has no threshold, it should be instant. Okay, let's add another mapping. No, let's add another mapping, view control, mouse X, and another mouse Y. So this has this should be reverted. I think this one should be reverted. So negate, and mouse X has like it's sideways. So this uses modifier swizzle input. Okay. It's called what? What do they call it? View control. Okay, so let's go to the character. Input action. View control. And here we're going to... we want to just control the control rotation. Like we could apply rotation directly to the camera, but we're just going to control yaw. We're going to add control yaw. We're going to add control pitch. So on trigger, whenever it triggers, we want to just add Y value to pitch and X to yaw. Oh, and it crashed again. Awesome. Yeah, like enhanced inputs allows you to create different mappings, and it also allows you to remap controls really easy. So it's a really nice nice thing. Also, you can have same button into multiple mappings. So previously, if you had, let's say, a E button that is doing interaction or F button that's doing the interaction, whatever, right? You might have different interaction if you press it, if you press it and hold it, or if you press it, hold it, and release at a very specific moment. And normally you would just have one input here, and based on this input you would have to code in the logic, timers, gates, and everything to check if this input is like held long enough, or if something happens then do this action, but if something different happens then do this action. Or if you are holding a weapon, R key is doing a reload ability, but if you're not holding a weapon, the R key might be, I don't know, an emote or something different action. Like you don't I don't know, you don't reload sword, so you do like a sword flip in your hand or something. But you would have to read the context of it, and now with enhanced inputs, you can have really nice, complex. Why the hell is it reverted back? Really nice, complex actions. What the hell is happening here? Why is this? Why I have to do this again? Something is really wrong. Compile, save, and let's close it and see if it's even saving properly. Like I don't have it open twice or anything like that. It should work normally. Yeah, the new enhanced inputs are really great. It was a bit intimidating, like everything in Unreal Engine 5, I must say, even for someone experienced, it was intimidating to jump into. But I'm happy I took some time to learn all of this, and I want to learn maybe tomorrow, maybe, yeah, I think tomorrow, like today probably not, but tomorrow I want to jump into motion matching and start learning how this pose search works in Unreal Engine. Okay, so what do I wanted? I wanted on trigger. I wanted to add control pitch and yaw. and I wanted pitch to be Y and yaw to be X. And save. Thank you. Okay, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, and I don't need this view. I just need this now. So I got this, this, and now I got this. This has the modifier swizzle. This has the modifier negate. Okay, let's test it out. That's not the map. Oops. Okay. So yeah, of course, y-axis is the swizzle, not the x-axis. And this one should be negate, I guess. Nope. It's both here. Up, down, right, left. Yeah, okay. So now I got all the basic controls done. So we got this character. We have just a starting point, right? So I want to add, let's start with AGR. I want to just add animation master because I want to not have to do the entire animation graph from zero. I want to actually go here, make a folder, Anim BP, and here I want to do animation blueprint for I mean, those should be one skeleton, right? Like I could just delete those skeletons and apply this skeleton to those skeletal meshes, but because they are compatible, it doesn't really change anything. Oh, by the way, if you ever consider what is this template is an animation blueprint that is not working on a specific skeleton. But because it is not working on a specific skeleton, you cannot have animation samples inside it. What you can have is variables that represent animation samples, and those animation sequences can be filled in through blueprints from the source, like external source, or then you can create child animation blueprints that inherit from the parent, and then you just set those variables in like the default values for them. Okay, animation blueprint, example AGR. Yeah, it's $99 this animation pack, but it's really good. I really like the feel of it. It has this kind of Call of Duty, this like very aggressive, like I just like the movements. It's not mock-up, which is strange because like the quality of the animations is very like lifelike. I just like the feel of it. Okay, so we made this animation blueprint, and because we are a baka and we made it just anim instance, we need to reparent it to AGR core animation instance, and we want to recompile and save. And now if we see inherited variables under AGR, there's like a ton of variables that I already have, like animation states, aim offsets, rotations, like movements, like flying, falling, idle, all of those, leaning, and I can use those to drive animations. I don't have to use this at all. Like I don't have to use the graph. I know those variables, so I don't have to show inherited. I can just call them anyway, regardless, like final aim offset, because I know that it's called like this. But you can also just right click and you can go into variables, or maybe it is under AGR. Oh, variables, AGR, and then you have all those variables. Okay, so we want animation blueprint, and we have this AGR animation master component. So previously you had to call like those setup functions on the animation master component, but now you can just set up defaults, which is cool. I want to do debug. I want to use, I guess, visibility. That's fine. I do want to say that the base is camera based. Aim clamping will be at 90. Aim behavior is nearest. By default, I am doing a look. Rotation speed 360. That's fine. Turn start angle, and we're doing, oh, I want to show you like all the rotation methods. So if we do rotate to velocity, I don't have to change any setup anywhere. If I hit play now, there it is. This guy is now orienting his rotation smoothly towards the locomotion direction, right? And he is trying to aim from sockets I specified into a direction as well. So this is one rotation method. Then you have the absolute rotation, which is like default character rotation. So he's just sticking to the controller. And then you have desired rotation, which is this strafe walking orientation, but it's not instant. It has like a rotation speed that you can like overcome with your control rotation, and it takes time to rotate. It's like more smooth. And then you have the last one that you won't see without you won't really see it if you don't have aim offset. But in general, like you can see, I having this aim offset by those line traces. If I hit a threshold, then he will start rotating. And he will also stop rotating when he hits a second threshold. So, if this is a game like this, we want to say that we want to use absolute rotation, basically. At least for now. So, base pose, overlay pose. Do we need tags? Yeah, I will use kind of same animations because I'm just operating on animations that are in this pack. So they are going to be the same animations, but the way that the animations are implemented in the animation graph, this is going to be completely different. And we're going to do it in a single animation graph. I'm not going to do subgraphs, and I'm not going to do animation layers, I guess. So let's set up the basic graph. And by the way, do I have something to work with here? Like I have animations, guns, lower body. So I have idle, turning. Oh, I have turning plates animations. I have walk backward, walk forward, right and left. Are those root motion animations or not? What's happening here? Oh yeah, bones, all hierarchy. Oh, okay, so he's, I don't know why he's zeroed out in here, but like he is properly zeroed out. So this is walk left. This is IK handgun, that's a pity. Oh, but this is just walking, so it doesn't really matter. The IK is being overwritten. Okay, so let's do all the walks and the idles first. So let's go just here, let's go into animation graph. Let's do it like this. We are going to do a state machine. We're going to call it grounded unarmed. Oh, just grounded, that doesn't care. And we want to go into idle, and here we want to say idle, we should have. Okay. What is the difference between idle and idle pose? Let's see. Let's open those two. So idle pose is super static. What's the difference? Like this is a longer sequence and it's just idle properly. And like this one goes better IK, so I'm going to use idle pose. Okay, idle pose. I'm just going to connect that for now. Okay, so if I just hit play now, this guy will not have it because I forgot to set the animation blueprint example. Okay, but if I now hit play, this guy will be in this pose. He'll be rotating where I wanted him to rotate. Okay, so if he's moving, he's not idle. We want to add state and say moving. On idle not. Oh, not this not. This not. And if he's not moving, if he's idle, want to go back to here. Okay, so moving. Well, we're going to make a let's make a new folder, animations. I mean, Spade says there is no difference. Well, there's a difference. Like one has different IK bones location. It's just I like it better, and it's not just 3 frames. It's a longer animation, so I prefer to use this one. But yeah, it's good to find any duplicates that might be confusing and stick to certain naming convention for the animations. We'll see. Let's go here, and we want to make a blend space. Oh, I don't no longer have blend space 1D. That's interesting. I didn't know that's a thing. Blend space underscore locomotion. Okay. So we have X and Y. Let's do horizontal will be direction. That goes from minus 180 to 180. We want to snap to grid, and we don't want to wrap or smooth input. This must, like direction must be instant. Vertical, which is velocity. Yeah, like this one, and this one can have wrapping and smoothing. Do we want wrap? No, we don't. We want to use actually. We want to scale animations on the y-axis. samples moving blend wave. Let's say 4. Okay, and let's now. So we got walk left, walk right. Okay. Oh, there. Okay. Walk backward goes here twice, and walk forward goes here. And we have those at angles, so let's maybe add them. So we have left forward, which is this. Okay, those look goofy. Right backward, so this is right and this is backward. Okay. Okay, this is crouching. I don't care about that. Where is left backward and right forward? They're just a blend, I guess. Okay. So this is for certain velocity, which I don't know what velocity it was recorded for. If someone could tell me, that would be great. Yeah, it will be available on YouTube. So everything I'm streaming, it's also on YouTube, so it should be there. Oh, come on. Oh, what's this? Ooh. Oh, okay. So this is taking animations, and what is that for? Anyone knows? Set it to translation speed XY? You mean angular velocity? Like... Nah, never mind. Just send it to nothing. And what if my speed is 0? I should actually just do idle here. And here. And here. Okay. Now let's do it here and here. So now I have this blend space, And oh, this is making a copy of a blend space. So I want to use blend space player. Okay. I want to get direction and velocity. Okay, so he's idle, he's moving. Oh, I forgot that the default speed of the mannequin is like insane. And don't worry about his hand placement, I know it's ridiculous. Like there should be an entire set of animations here. Maybe we can just move animations from Lyra and use them for unarmed. Like Lyra has good animation quality, it just had pretty bad setup, I would say. Oh, someone has an answer for me. It analyzes different parameters of the animation, then sets the axis of the blend space based on those parameters. Oh, so I can like set animations in a blend space blindly, and then I can just say, hey, analyze this, and this is direction, and this is velocity, and he would say, yeah, I got this. And he would set the X and Y minimum and maximum values based on this analysis. So this is like a tool that should save you time, but on the other hand, you should already know those values when you are setting up the blend space, right? Like it's probably useful for analyzing stuff that you import from other projects or from marketplace. But yeah, Kazakata, thank you for your answer. I didn't know that, how it really works. Okay, let's do something with those hands because I can't look at them right now. And we're gonna have to also add an aim offset. So we're going to do just a look at for now. And this look at is going to, of course, move our head. And we're going to leave everything at default except that look at target or look at location. We already have a location, look at location, which is part of the AGR. So I'm going to say that, save. So now if I hit play, he's looking up and down properly. It's like looking to the side because the camera is to the side. But yeah, he is following with his head now. Okay, let's do something with those hands. Let's override the pose. Let's do a blend per bone. Okay. Oh, so my make volume is still low? I like increased it dramatically. There are the shotgun rifles. Equips, unequips. Sidearms, snipers. Submachine guns. What? So knife is the default one, right? Draw, idle. I guess this is default. Okay. Okay, so basically those animations are set to always have a weapon. We're doing Counter-Strike here, basically. Okay, so if we're doing Counter-Strike like, we want to do here a layer blend. Let's use animation layers. Why not? I don't like them, honestly, but it's sometimes good to get out of your comfort zone when you're working with something because you can learn something new. So let's do animation layer interface. And let's do this layer interface, call it animation interface underscore or animation layer underscore weapons. So we here going to have one animation pose, which is say weapon base pose, and we're not going to have anything else. If we go now here into our anim graph, we can go here, add an interface, and we can call it animation layer underscore weapons. Okay, boom. We compile, and now we should have a layer, right? Like it has this. Oh, it needs to have an input pose. I forgot about that. So it just has an pre-weapon pose, and group can be let's say AGR. There are no input variables. Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. Where is my layer? Oh, why is it inherited? Yes. No. What? I mean, that's the only place where I can add it. Okay. Why don't I see my layers? Let's reopen this graph. Maybe that's the issue. Let's actually move this to animations. Yeah, I know I moved it to inherited, and it shouldn't be there. It should be here in implemented interfaces. By the way, I need I'm offset IK. I need those two layers regardless anyway, like as local layers. What? Oh, here it is. Okay. Put it in inherited. Now they made it weird. Yeah, they made it super weird. I don't get, like, it's here. Like, I can't put it here at all. I have to put it here. Uh, uh, shit. Why don't I see inherited? No, what? What was that? Blueprint initialize. Blueprint linked animation layers. Initial. Okay, never mind. Layer. Layer is it something in the project settings? Oh, and by the way, for this I will also need, I forgot about it. From build in. Whoa! Whoa! You can do vertex animations in engine now. And this? God only knows what this one do. Chooser version 0.1. Amazing job, Epic. Love it. In beta, it's not experimental, it's already in beta. Okay, I wanted animation warping. Fine. Machine learning stuff. Ooh. Oh, that's the deformer for the clothes and stuff. I want to work with that soon. It looks really interesting. Oh, and motion warping. Wait, what? Oh, it's in beta. Yeah. Yeah, I like layers in general, but I had so many issues with it. Like, for example, if you make an interface and then you create another interface, that instead of being done from scratch, if you make a duplicate of the previous one and rename it or something like that, it will completely break your animation blueprint if you implement both of them. It's like a lot of really weird stuff with layers yet. So anyone knows why I don't see layers in my animation graph? Like, I made an interface, I did link this interface and animations. Oh, now I can see it after restart of the project. That's great. But it's here, that's also important. Okay, so if I go here, I go into grounded. Now I can implement this. No clue how that happened, that it wasn't here. Okay. So this does nothing now. So I'm going to add a layer, which is the default layer that's going to be the knife layer. So this is going to be animation blueprint for the same guy of Anim instance, yes, and we're going to call it animation blueprint underscore knife. It goes into Anim BPs. So knife implements the same interface, weapons interface, yes. So now I have this interface and I don't care about any of those, I just care about the interface. Okay. What was the name of the knife arms idle? Oh, but I cannot call this animation on the main character because this is arms only. Okay, so here is a first true problem with this pack. If I go here and I just say show me all skeletons, where are skeletons? Rigs and stuff, where's the skeleton? Okay, show me all skeleton. I have this guy, and this guy, right? So those two are not really necessary. Like all three of those are basically the same. Preview schedule mesh, disk size, like they're almost the same. I'm gonna risk it. I'm going to delete those two, and he will scream at me that everything will break and how dare I do that. Oh, wait, before I do that, I'm gonna check for some sockets. Okay, no. I'm going to then check the arms. Yes, there is a socket. That's the only one? That's the only one. Okay, I'm going to copy this socket. I'm going to go here and then I'm going to paste this socket. There you go. So I don't lose this data. I'm going to resave everything and maybe not break my entire project. We're going to see in a second. I'm going to delete those and I'm going to say, you know what? Just replace those skeletons, all the references in all the animations with this main skeleton. And I'm just going to say yes. 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 You might have a problem. I might have a problem. Now we're going to see in a second. And I'm going to hit fix separate direction. It will resave everything. Even though he said that he already resaved, he's lying. Okay, now he did. Now I'm going to see if I completely bricked my entire thingy. So I'm going to go here, demo maps, and go into this demo map that I'm already in. And I'm going to go F11. And everything seems to be working. Moving works, attacking works. You can see I can have one skeleton for 3 meshes. And it just works. So yeah, it did work. I didn't have to retarget. I could just delete skeletons and swap them because the developer put some thought into it, and they were using the same skeleton, except they were just imported 3 times. But yeah, this now makes all animations compatible with all 3 meshes, so I can play hands animations on the head and some other stuff without issues now. I could also use just skeleton compatibility settings. So if I go, let's do that again. Where's the skeleton? So I could just go here and I can go retarget. I can say, oh, asset details, compatible skeletons. I could say, oh yeah, the arms is compatible and the head is compatible, and then I have to go to the arms and say the head is compatible and this guy is compatible. But it's a lot easier when you have one skeleton. Just like a lot less things that you can miss and screw up if you just have one. Okay, so I just copied over. Oh, here are the filters. I was looking for them here. So they are here now. Okay, where were I? Oh, yeah, setting up the layer. Let's go here. So knife layer. Let's just do knife idle. And I just want to play, not evaluate. Just idle. And you know what? I'm going to do a blend bone, a layer blend per bone. The base is the input pose. The blend pose is whatever I do here. And after I complete, I just go here. So, yes, mesh space. And this is using what? This is probably using... We can do masking, and there should be a default mask. No, okay, screw masking. Let's do filter, and let's say I want to do, of course, spine 01 with a blend depth. And now how do you calculate blend depth? If I do blend depth 0, I will have perfect blend from the first bone that I blend again, so from spine 01. If I want my perfect blend to affect well, the camera position and the hands position, because this is what I really care about. Then for the camera perfect blend, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For hand position, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I care more for the camera, so we're going to say spine 01 blend depth 6. So this covers my hands. And now order is also important. Like all the blends goes from one to another, like the bones, right? So it first reads the index 0, then 1, then 2. So then I want to do oh, I have to okay, I will just do neck 01. Is it 01? How is it? This is head. This is spine. Neck 01. Okay. It is neck underscore 01. Blend depth of 1. So it blends head perfectly. And then I want to do IK hand root. And I want to do 0. I want to make perfect absolute blend of the IK hands. And now I need to link my animation layer to this layer just on the start. So to do that with multiplayer, I need to go back here, go to our character, and I actually have to add here a data folder. Let me look at the comments, by the way, because I'm probably doing something wrong. Let's see. So many approaches to retargeting. My favorite way is using compatible skeletons. Yeah, the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton is, in my opinion, a bit better than the Unreal Engine 5, the MetaHuman one. Like, it has so many unnecessary bullshit in it that you can also cover by just doing proper blend shapes. and you don't need those extra bones really, and it also complicates the skeleton setup for any LODs. And if you have a plugin which is called Mesh Morpher, like it solves all the issues I had previously when working with Dust Studio, Character Creator, all those external programs that you import characters from. And all of those studios, because of all the pressure that Epic Games put into them when they released MetaHuman, they made like a giant technological leap in just 1 year because they were forced to it. And now, at least in my opinion, Character Creator from Relusion is like the ultimate character pipeline for characters for gaming. Like the plugin that you have for importing characters and setting up auto materials and everything, it just works flawlessly and has a working pipeline to import DAS characters into CC4. And then from there you import into Unreal Engine. You can do animations, characters, clothing, modulars, characters, clothes simulation, hair, all of that, everything from there. Runtime retargeter, like it has its flaws. I don't know how to work with proper constraints for the retargeter. I know some tutorials and some people who are doing like perfect retargeting with the runtime, but runtime still requires you to run at least 2 animation graphs, right? You have the original animation graph that is running the invisible animations. And then you have the extra animation graph that is analyzing the original one and then putting an interpretation on top of it and running the second one. So each character basically already costs you twice the computation power for animations. So I noticed that when you are using this new IK rigs and IK retargeter, you can get a lot less characters on screen at the same time. And also this IK retargeter doesn't allow you to do some of like really basic stuff when it comes to, for example, update rate optimization, which is like automatically handled when someone is in lower LODs. And like you also have to tick pause. You cannot, like, if your invisible mesh like stops rendering and stops being relevant, and your secondary mesh is trying to tick a pause, the entire engine is going to crash. Like there's a lot of downsides when it comes down to working with the IK retargeter. I bet that by Unreal Engine 5.3, 5.5, something like that, it will be perfect. It will be like to-go option for all animations, but currently it's just not there yet. Okay, let's do a data table that we need. Where was data tables? It was not here. It was, where was it? By the way, what is that? Huh. A content plugin with IK rigs I've made over time that covers a lot of... is this plugin on Marketplace? If it is on Marketplace, I want it, like, immediately. Oh, you can now make data layers as objects. Holy crap, this is great. And also I love data assets, but that's for separate discussion. This is just to a simple data table. And want a gameplay tag table row. Okay, dt underscore AGR, or just tags AGR. Okay, let's go to project settings and go into gameplay tags. Let's just add this tag. Okay, let's open it up and let's add a tag. It's going to be called animation weapon knife. Okay. So here in Animation Master, we're going to say, like, we have two gameplay tags. Like, I could do more. We've done two by default because usually you don't need more than like a base general pose, and then you have like an overlay pose. But you could also have like an additive pose, which would be a separate tag. Like, it would also make sense. But we just went with two. And here I'm going to actually just use base pose, and I'm going to say base pose is animation weapon knife. So what happens here is that this variable is being set up in multiplayer, and when it triggers, I want to do an event on base pose changed, and I'm going to say the new value. I want to do switch on a gameplay tag, and I want to do my only gameplay tag that I have, which is knife. I want to say link anim layer. Oh, I need to drag this guy. Link anim layer. And I want you to link anim layer in animation blueprint knife. And that's it. So he's going to look for animation interface in this blueprint class, and he's going to link it to the animation graph that he has internally here. So this is knife, and our default one doesn't do anything for weapon pose. So by default he just looks as he did, but oh, let's go here and let's see if it's even triggering. Triggered. Oh, you know what? I can actually even just get debug string and just print it out. And let's get back to my map. Let's read some comments. Oh, clever as hell. Yeah, you can have just content plugins, and inside those contents you can hold rigs and stuff like that, or you can like have all the basic input mappings that you always use, and you can just move it from one project to another really easily. I also absolutely love modular gameplay features in Unreal Engine. I'm just stunned by how amazing they are, and how you can load and unload content at runtime without restarting the game. And that means that you can create mods for a game that are gameplay features, and you can load and unload mods without restarting the game. Okay, let's look at this guy. So he did properly call animation weapon knife. So he does understand that my default is being set, so this is being set. So what the hell? Okay. Runs through all layer nodes, attempting to find layer nodes that are implemented by the specified class. Then sets up link instance of the class for each. Allocates one link instance to run each of the groups specified in the class. So state is shared. In a layer is not grouped, name none. And state is not shared. And separate links instance is allowed for each layer node. All layers are reset to their default. So, okay. So I have to go. Oh, okay, here, right? But this is always self. It's saying self. How do I change that? Yeah, I see the self. I understand that it's trying to run its own version instead of the linked one, but uses layer. Okay, go back here. In the detail, click the node. Okay. In the detail, it says layers. Yeah, it does says layers. Mm-hmm. Change it to what? Oh, instance class. Oh, what? What? But now it's using this one, but I can just clear it, right? Okay, but now it's saying linked. It's no longer saying self. Uh, but let me do that again. Like, the only way I implement that is by dragging. Okay, and now it says self. But if I click layer and I unclick it, nothing happens. If I click layer, nothing happens. If I click anything else, like IK, okay, this happens. But if I click, what the hell? Oh, this is terrible. Terrible experience. Like, yeah, it's out of beta, guys. Don't worry. It's production ready engine. Great stuff. Great stuff. Oh, it's a known bug. Okay. It's in the next patch. It's like a 5.11 or it's like 5.2. So we're going to have to do that for like months. Oh, yeah. Now linking works. Okay. So yeah, so now this guy, yeah, it works. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do jumping, by the way, but not right now. So okay, I linked this knife stuff, so I also want to do IK. So in IK, I'm going to do the most basic IK you can do. So I'm going to say modify bone, and I'm going to say modify spine, and I'm going to say that I only care for rotation. I want to add to existing in the component space, and my rotation is something that I need to calculate. So I need to get final aim offset, and I'm going to make a new variable. I'm going to call this variable spine rotator. Make it rotator. And to set this rotator, we have aim pitch, which is for first person perspective, and we have the final aim offset, which is for third person perspective. So we also know if we are first person. So we can do different calculation depending on our point of view. Or we can use this on a select. So what we want to do is want to take x divided by 3 because we got 3 spines, and we're going to say this is going to affect your, oh, this is not roll, pitch, and yaw, really. Okay, and this goes into roll, I guess, because like it affects the XYZ rotation of the character, not the actual one, and the character is rotated by 90 degrees. So let's first try this one. Let's go into aim offset, and let's say that oh, I went into IK. Yeah, it's in the aim offset. In the aim offset, I want to say this, and this is spine rotation, and 1 and 2 and 3. And let's call this one spine 02, and this one is spine 03. And compile and test, and I probably, okay, this one is reverted. Okay. It was here. Yeah, this was, so y should be divided by -3. So it gets reverted, but it's at least connected properly. And I need to check if the same offset works properly. So on X and Y, so I want to use desired angle for now as aim offset. So let's go here. So X aim offset works like a charm. And now Y aim offset works like a charm. He even tilts to the right because this is where the camera is aiming at. Okay. Okay, but if we go into first person, I want to swap this. So I want to do select float. So if first person, pick A. So this is first person, this is third person. And now we have different aim offsets yeah, based on that. Because this is automatically, it's like fluent, and how fluent it is, you can set up in class defaults. You have the target frame rate, lean smooth, and aim smooth. So you can change smoothing or target frame rate, and this will affect aim offset. But this is instant. This is like for first person, so it's a lot faster. So if I, and now changing aim, changing first person, let's do like a test thing. Let's do P as perspective. And let's do, let's make a function. Toggle camera. Let's do first person. So basically it's saying third person active and first person active. So if first person active, then active, and if first person active not, then active. Okay, so on P, I want to take this, I want to say first person. I want to say whatever it is, I want to toggle it. So on P, I'm just switching, and now I can say on first person, when it switches, I want to toggle camera. Okay. Okay. So let's see if that works, if I can toggle camera now. Kind of, yes. Not exactly what I was hoping for. It's because FP camera is attached to this mesh instead of head, and it has a socket which is called head, but it is not being used in the mesh. So I have to actually reparent it to head. I'm going to say no, 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 no. Okay, and I'm going to say head. Boom. Okay. So now it's exactly the same. What's going on? If I hit F8, oh, I can't. I have to do it here. If I say P F8, I am in the head, which means that I want to toggle its visibility. So if it is first person, or I can even just go here outside of this, because this is just toggling camera. I can also say if it is first person. I can do it differently. I can go into head and I can say hidden in game, and I want always to cast hidden shadow. Okay, set hidden in game is equal to first person. If you are first person, you want to hide it in game. Does it propagate to children? Well, no, because if we hide camera, it stops working. Let's see. Okay. So now, oh, what? Oh, yeah, let's get back here. How about I still divide it by -3? Okay, boom, boom, okay. But this is very floaty. Like up and down, it's not floaty. But left and right, it's very floaty. So what we can do is when we go into first person or not, we can get our animation master and we can say change rotation method, and we want to select rotation method based on if we are in first person. If we are in first person true, we want to say absolute rotation, and if we are not, we want to say desired rotation, for example. Or even desired at angle. So my favorite kind of rotation. Okay, so if we go and hit play now, like we have this rotation method that gives us this aim offset. But if we go into first person, oh, it didn't change for some reason. Interesting. Oh, because it's not connected. That explains a lot. With disconnected execution, that's the only effect I could get. Let's read some of the chat. Yeah, it was nightmare with layers. Thank you for explaining. Like you made my day really today. I want to offer promotion for your channel views following. Oh my god. Yeah, I got some message on Twitch that someone wants to do promotion for me. Not really interested in Twitch at all as a platform. It's like something that is... I am streaming on Twitch only because of convenience of some people that prefer me streaming on Twitch. But even if I reach a point where I can sign an agreement with Twitch and start earning money there, I don't care. Because I'm not going to do exclusivity for Twitch ever. Okay, that's super interesting. Do I have to reinitialize, like when I'm switching, do I have to re-init construction script basically? Because why? It's acting really strange. Like this, yeah, but why here it is floaty on site? It shouldn't. Like legs, you can see them moving. So my main body is rotating with me perfectly. But my head is not keeping up. Oh, maybe it's something with the camera setup. Let's see. Use palm control rotation, yes. There's nothing floaty about it. I also probably should disable camera based aim. This might be it as well. He isn't taking this value, I guess. So he is still using this value. Why? Let's do. I want to just see what if he's reading the value correctly. Let's make this print string from complete time of 0. Okay, let's. I forgot this is an async. Like animation graphs are async by default, so. Okay. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. What the hell? That's the issue. Why is he doing that? Now it's all false, now it's true, false. Why? I am testing standalone, so I'm not testing as a server. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Like, huh. I think I found a bug in AGR. I need to make a note. Hold on a second. Bugs. Or you know what? I'm going to add it directly to our task board, because this shouldn't happen like this. Okay, boards, backlog, January. Okay. Okay, let's add a new one. AGR Anim instance. wrong. FPP pull. Flickering FPP. Okay, added a back report, so I'm back. Interesting. How should I do that now? Maybe I will not do this select at all then. I'm just going to read always aim pitch. So now aiming up and down will not blend, it will be completely instant. It can look really goofy in third person, like when you have aim that is so fast. That's why you have this aim that's being interpolated. But now if you go into first person, it seems like the camera has lag to it. Oh man. I mean, it's no longer master pose component. I'm now using leader pose component, which is, I guess, the new master pose component, right? Please update the video in your channel. What? Which video? Legs don't move at first person. I mean, there are no animation. Will you fix it? I just want to know it for the future. Legs don't have animations for first person. You mean, like, I mean, they don't have turn in place animations right now, but they do have all the locomotion animations, and those animations are prepared in such a way that they look a lot better in first person than in third person. In third person, the character looks goofy. Oh, maybe it's in the IK notes that it's somewhere like applies. I mean, this should be instant. Oh, there's one more thing we can do here. We can do blend pose on aim offsets, and we can say we can get the aim offset type. I think this is like non-aim look. Yes, this one. And we can say do different for aim and look. So we can say for look, do look at, for aim, do this thing, and then go back here. So this input pose, save pose, save pre aim, and then I can use catch pose here. I can use the same catch pose here. And now I can format graph. And default pose was okay. And this is ignoring everything. And there's a last one saying none, which is also ignoring everything. Okay, format, compile. Okay. So now, because I am in aim mode, I'm just moving my head. Even in first person, I will be able to move my head only. But if I go into character, AGR in master component, and I change it from to look to aim, I will change the behavior of the entire aim offset. So now I'll be moving my entire spine. By the way, I think you can use Lyra animations even inside your animation pack as long as any of the example content that Epic Games provides, it's not the majority of the stuff that you are producing on Marketplace. You can use it for example purposes. So you can take all the locomotion animations that Lyra provides, like the walking forward, backward, all of those, and you can repurpose them inside your animation pack as just, you know, layer blend example background content basically, and it's fine. The problem is that the animations are, oh no, they are designed for, I don't know if they are for the new mannequin or the old one. You would have to probably retarget them, but I would imagine they still use the old one for the animations, like they did in the third person example content, where you have the new Manny, but he's actually running not his native animations. I'm wondering if the problem is that I should actually use thread safe update animation and here I should do what I'm doing in event graph. So if I move this from here to here, will that work more smoothly, or it will completely crash? Let's see. It moves exactly the same, nothing changed. But why there is slight interpretation between the frames? If I do slow-mo, there's literally 1 frame delay. Can I try get pawn owner? I guess I can't. But I should have property access. Oh, I have property access. Okay, so I can do try get pawn owner, and I can get control rotation, and I can get pitch. I can do this. So if I run now, okay, cool story. No. I can try get pawn owner, get Oh, Jesus. I mean, there is the get control rotation. Yes, of course. But this is word space rotation. So I have this, and now I have to do this. Get pawn owner. Get actor rotation, basically. Oh, I might need this. Try get pawn owner, get actor rotation. Get actor rotation. And I just need X. Okay, I need X. Try get phone owner, get actor rotation. X. Okay. Now let's read some chat. If you could use Quixel stuff for examples in a product. Yes, I think you can. With Quixel, the biggest issue is that they are so stupidly heavy that, yeah, I don't know. Like 200 megabytes single textures and stuff. Oh, let's try this one. But okay, this is the one I'm looking for, but it's like clamping super weird. But this is the one, like you can see that my hands are sticking to the camera now when I move the camera. So I am looking for control rotation pitch. And I want this to be 0 then. So now as long as I am looking a bit up, I have like this perfect, absolutely perfect sticky hands. Okay, so this is what I do aim at, but why this has lag? Like we've done something wrong? Did we use we use this probably, and we should use this. So how this should be calculated? Yeah. Let's do a print string. Oh, I cannot do a print string. Damn it. So this assessing function is great. How can I do that here? Let's do that for like 0.1 second or something. Oh, okay. So this goes in rotation space. So yeah, it has to be a difference of rotation between actor forward vector. Yeah, so I have to go here. Try get pound owner, get forward vector. Forward vector, and I just want to get forward vector. Oh, I must take value? Really? Ah, god damn it. I want the whole vector. No. Okay, I want the forward vector y. No. What do I want? Oh, darn it. Let's see. How did I manage to do that previously? Oh yeah, this I can delete. Oh no. Yeah, not this delete. The event graph print string I can delete. Let's go back here. Okay, let's take a look at that second project. A little cheating. Blueprints. Where's the animation instance? Okay, this is of class Anim instance, and this is the C++ Anim instance. Okay, I want to see the blueprint Anim instance. How the hell did I do that? Event graph, leaning, movement vectors and states. M offset, there we go. Okay. Wait, no, this is not helping. This is not the solution I was looking for. The solution I was looking for is here. But yeah, this is a delta rotator from where is this being set? Find references. Ah, okay. Okay, I can close this project. And another one is opening. Okay, so this goes into, like, if I go even -1, it doesn't go -1, it goes 360. Yeah, the live stream is going to be on YouTube. You're going to find it on my channel. Like I'm not going to like re-upload it, but all live streams are public on YouTube after the stream. Come on, open up. I'm waiting for shaders to build in the second project to copy my homework from it. But before that happens, I can go into aim offset in the knife, no, in the here, and well, actually, even in the knife, I could do that. Now let's go here. Let's go into IK and let's do. Let's do aim offset. Aim delta. We're going to do leaning. I'm going to modify bone, and we're going to get like just for tests hand R. And we are going to say to ignore transform, to ignore scaling, and for rotation we're going to say do this, and we want to say rotation add to existing in component space. So if I hit play now, let's go full screen because we can't see nothing. If you look on my right hand, it's tilting. Based on my rotation. Okay. So that's what we are aiming at, but we want right hand to lead the weapon and the left hand as well. So we're going to set up in a second, but let's go back here. We want to say, well, X, it's fine. Y, we want to multiply by -1. No, the X we want to multiply by -1. Y was fine. And we can also get strafe velocity, and we can divide it by, let's say 200. No, that's too much. 100, and add it to the pitch. So if I go now, if I now walk left and right, we are like pitching the right hand a bit. And when I'm moving, okay, it's moving as well. What? Why didn't that work? What's happening here? Oh, So I should do this and I should do that probably. Let's see. Okay, I don't get. Let's leave it like this for now. And the second project just opened, so I can take a look at it and see what I did here. So this is like my, let me drag it here. This is like my oldest AGR experiments. It's like from 422 or something, and this was like the first. Oh, come on. What are you building shaders? Come on. Oh, it is building shaders. So this was like my first test of making inventory and just working with everything. And here you have like all the example stuff, and you had example maps, so you had different first person builder test. Like I've also then done this. It was pretty neat. No, come on, open up. I had this like builder map where, yeah, of course, play. Oh, where you had this grid and you could like build on the grid, and it would like place walls, markers, and everything automatically based on that grid. And you could even change IDs, and that would place like a different room, and it would mark walls properly in between the rooms. There's like a lot. What I want to find is the animation graph and see how I did. It's taking forever to load anything when shaders are building. Let's be done with it fast. Animations. So it will be blueprints, Anim BP, and there should be like a core. It's here maybe? Here it is, okay. Hello. Oh, Pug Life is here. Nice. Like he's the creator of the plugin I was telling you about, the Mesh Morpher. Like Mesh Morpher changed my life for the better. It's no joke. No, 250 shaders only. Oh, and he's done. Okay. Event graph, aim offset. How the hell did I calculate this? It's a delta rotator from get control rotation and get actor rotation. That's it? That's it? That's it? Really? Okay, let's disconnect this for a second and we can fix our aim offset now. That's odd. Okay. So it was what? It was get control rotation and get actor rotation delta. Okay. Um, mm, get member. So try get pound owner, get actor here, get actor, there it was, get actor rotation, and I need the same thing. So can I get the entire thing? Why I can't get the entire rotator as a member value? Member values are like the like it's annoying. Mm, get actor rotation. Let's take also pitch, and we want to do delta, which is just a difference of them. Okay, it's still not, because we're gonna have to take this and subtract this. The fuck? Okay, we're getting pitch, which is, yeah, it's not how it's going to work. Goddamn thread safe animation calculations. How about we don't? How about we do it the old school way and we just do event graph update and we just get pound owner. We're just going to get control rotation, get actor rotation, delta. Set, and we want to say that pitch is this pitch. Yeah, no. Pitch is this yo. No. Of course it's roll. Why wouldn't it be? Makes complete sense. Except I forgot to divide it by -3. Okay, let's see. Yeah, now it sticks the hands to the screen properly. Okay. So I just found another bug. And I'm going to make a screenshot. And the default value of variables AGR aim offset get aim pitch is calculated incorrectly. Okay. I will bet that's the problem. We're doing the calculation a bit wrong. But I want to test something very important. I want to test multiplayer already with the aim offset and everything. And I want to play as a client in 2 windows. So one is he's doing this, and the second one he doesn't have his aim offset replicated at all. And his rotation is not working. Like, it is working on multiplayer, it's not working on local player. What? Like, you can see the guy rotating there, but the aim offset is working here, but it's not working there. What's happening here? Call function substrate. Oh, local controlled. Yeah, please do mapping context if you are local controlled only. And let's go here. So on P we're doing this, we have authority over it. So once we do the authority, we do this. And then we do this change rotation. Absolute deserted angle, that's correct. I mean, there are some major changes in Unreal Engine 5, I guess. Okay, this is the default. This is the default. Let's see. Okay, let's for now test on single player. I want to fix one more thing, like a major issue. I want to introduce into it virtual bones. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to again modify something here. So I am going to find skeleton. Oh, I can already do that. So I want to go into this guy and I want to say skeleton tree. So I want him to go and do it like this. Oh, first of all, everything a skeleton, root is animation, this is animation relative, IK hand root is animation scaled. No, actually this is a pure animation. Pelvis is animation scaled. And the rest is skeleton. Except for clavicles themselves, they are orient and scale. Okay. So this is this, and now what I want to do is say from head add virtual bone. No, actually we're going to go the other way around. We're going to say from hand R, we're going to add a virtual bone to hand L, which we're going to call VB left hand, And then we're going to say that from our right hand, we're going to add another virtual bone to IK hand gun. And we're going to see VB gun. We might need it. Okay, we can go now back to our animation graph. We can go to our IK. We can connect this IK. And then we can say 2 bone IK. And we can say that our IK bone is hand L. Yes, maintain, yes. Relative rotation. Oh, no. And effector is going to be bone space, and the effector target is left hand virtual bone. So VB left hand. VB space left hand. If you want to use virtual bones as sockets, which you can, you have to type VB space in front of their name. Okay. So with no additional transform, and then joint target is going to be let's do it bone space. The bone space is the elbow of the left hand, so lower arm. And if we compile, if we connect and compile, and we have this selected, you can have now this view, and you can see that like this is the effector, and this is where this joint target is at. So I can move the joint target like -100 or something, or anywhere I want. I can just drag this guy, and you can see how my my elbow is reacting. So this goes here, and I want my elbow to be dragged down and a little bit backward, and even more down, I would say. Okay, so this is my left hand. So if I go now and I hit play and I go into first person, now my right hand is tilting when I'm rotating. You can see that, right? And my right hand is driving my left hand to do the same, to follow the right hand. So basically, if I was holding a weapon with 2 hands, it would move the right hand and the left hand would follow exactly the same movement. So I wonder if those weapons... Oh no, I cannot interact with them that easily. I thought that maybe the interaction is inside the weapon, not inside the character. So yeah, well, we're going to work with picking up weapons in a second. But I want to know what's happening so that the multiplayer is not working properly, because it totally should. That's like the main purpose of having this plugin, is to work with multiplayer. I shouldn't have to do anything with replication. Yep, nothing here, and nothing should be here. Okay. So let's see, what's the issue with replication? Like from my user perspective, my rotation is none. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I just found another bug, if this change rotation doesn't work, but setup rotation does. If it does, then I can do this. And I will leave everything else at default. Yeah. So change rotation has an issue in multiplayer. Another bug I found. Okay, so the local change of the rotation value is being set, but it pushes to the server the default value, which is none. So that's an issue. While this works, this doesn't. Okay, so now what else doesn't work but should? Like from my local perspective, it all works now, but let's check for 2 players. So one will be an observer, and he has a real issue with his camera positioning for some reason. Okay, let's just go here and let's move to the other one, which has the same issue. So if I'm rotating, he's rotating at angle. Aim offset is working properly, but the cameras are not. What's going on there? Why with one player on multiplayer the cameras work? Why with 2 it doesn't? Okay, like this works. Switching camera works. Let's try listen server and let's see if the client or the server is breaking. Okay, when the second client joined, their both cameras broke. That's super interesting. Why is that? Okay, this is linking animation layers. There's nothing that's happening by default. So when he joins, something happens in the controller, but it doesn't. Like if we go here, okay. So this is just toggling the cameras, literally nothing else. Oh, I can close the second project. It's no longer needed for anything. Yeah, don't save anything. Maybe this set hidden is the issue. If I oh, it doesn't trigger. I guess that might be the issue. What if we set hidden not hidden, hidden. There should be something like hidden for owner. Owner no C. Owner no C. There's that, and then I don't have to toggle this hidden for the head at all because owner never sees the head. Let's see if this helps in any way. Let's do play as client. Well, yeah, I don't see my head now. That's cool. Okay, 2 players. Oh? What's going on? What? Can what's going on here? I don't want to full screen. I just want to show here. Now, what you're doing? Okay. So if I move away from this guy, like if I aim at him, why? Like if they too close to each other, like this happens. I don't really know. Let's go to this guy. It works both ways. Yeah, they both get fucked with their camera. I don't know why. Okay, first person works. Let's look at the other screen. Aim offset doesn't replicate now. Rotation does. Locomotion does. I am destroying this guy's camera for some reason. Okay, default is aim. What? I am so tired of Unreal Engine's bullshit sometimes. Where's the next blockchain tutorial? I'm actually waiting for a final approval of the new version of the blockchain plugin, and once this new version of the blockchain plugin gets approved, I'm going to build quickly some new tutorials, and I'm going to ship the tutorials so they are ready for the premiere of the new plugin version. So the new version is greatly improving the work with the ABI encoding and decoding. So it's going to be a lot easier to interact with smart contracts and any smart functions that are like custom. And you'll be able to make like schemes for ABIs. Instead of parsing them in blueprints from string, you'll be making a data asset that represents this ABI, and it's just going to be a lot better. And it's going to use K2 nodes. Okay, one thing is, why the hell isn't my aim offset working? Like, my aim offset should be working. Like, control rotation is kind of replicated. base aim rotation is the glitchy one, right? I think it is. Yeah, it's like jumpy by 1 frame. It's always in a delay. It doesn't work properly. So it must be this one. Local viewing player control. That's interesting. Locally controlled. Okay, can I read that in animation graph? If I could read that, that would be also great. So if I am local, I want to use this, but if not, I want to use this. Let's see. So now I am reading that I am local, so this works. But if I go into multiplayer for 2 players, like I don't get why the cameras are all fucked. Okay, let's just move. Okay, I'm just gonna look forward, and with this guy, small guy, I'm going to like move towards him. Of course, now aim offset is working. Okay. So to make smooth camera, I have to use control rotation, but control rotation exists only locally, which makes sense because control rotation is being taken from a controller, and controller exists only on the server, and the owner, it doesn't get replicated. Oh, okay. So now it's smooth. It's like properly smooth. Okay, so why this glitchy camera? When this guy is in the view, like the camera's glitch. Anyone seen something like that? I've never seen something as stupid as this. Like, what's going on here? Why? It doesn't care if I'm in first person or third person camera. It's like glitchy the same way. Like if I go with this guy and I go into FPP and now I go with this guy as third person, I will glitch their cameras regardless. Yeah. Oh, but it's the third person that's more glitchy. If I go into first person. Okay, so it's the third person that's glitchy. So it is glitchy, definitely, if it's third person camera because of this guy and his camera probe size. If I skip collision tests, okay, it's no longer glitchy. So, but it now goes through walls, right? So you do want to do collision tests. But you want capsule, mesh, arms, and head to all go and say custom. Okay, then we have to go one by one. You want to go here, say custom, and you want to say don't block camera. And here you want to say no collision. That's not really good. You want to do the same as here, so you want to say that this is spawn. This is character mesh, and then you want to go and say custom and disable camera as well. And here again you want to say character mesh and then go into custom and disable camera collision. And for here we should also disable camera collision. Where's the physics? Oh, here it is. Pound, custom, ignore camera. Oh, and make sure that all of them actually do block visibility, because they should block visibility. Like, why wouldn't they? Okay. Compile. Let's see. Okay, it's no longer breaking. So it wasn't the switching of the visibility of the head. So we're disabling owner no see, or we are even set owner no see head. If first person is true, we want to set it to true. And we still wanted to cast invisible shadows. Let's see if this is working in multiplayer now. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is like basics, but it's working with animation layers. So I can now start building more complex animation graphs, and with the use of virtual bones, our right hand is now the lead of the weapon and lead of the left hand. So we can add some really cool IK stuff to it. I think I'm done for today. It was 3 hours, so a pretty long stream. I'm gonna answer some questions if you guys have any. And yes, Spades was right. It was spring arm collision issue. Apparently, I don't know, maybe the capsule was colliding with itself, and sometimes it was like from here catching collision here and setting the camera somewhere like here, so that was complete bullshit. Okay. So, no questions, guys? Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to set up all of the weapons here. So like snipers, rifles, shotguns, sidearms, submachine guns. And once I'm finished with all that, no, I'm not. I'm not single. So once I finish setting up all of those, yeah, I'll be adding some third-person animations, and I will be using different third-person and different first-person animations to make it work. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to continue working on this project tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to play a bit with motion matching as well. So I'm going to do 2 separate streams, probably 3-4 hours working on this, and at least 2-3 hours working on motion matching, unless I figure it out sooner, but I doubt it. Yeah, thanks as well. I'm going to work on those files, and I already contacted the owner of this animation pack. I'm going to provide him with this entire folder, so it can be added to the official. Like, it can be distributed separately. It doesn't have to be part of the product that you purchase, but it can be set up in such a way that you just add this folder, enable the plugins, and it will work. And the AGR Pro plugin is free, so why not use it if it's free? Yeah, it will be on YouTube and Twitch. I'm streaming on both platforms with Restream, but in general, most people watch me on YouTube. Oh, and of course, everything that is being streamed is then available on YouTube for just rewatch purposes by anyone. So, be my guest. Uh, Thanks for tuning in, and see you guys tomorrow then. Bye.